All right, hey there. So we are going to talk about time and how to convert time. Okay, so let's just start with our pictures. All right. So here we have somebody riding a horse. Let's picture it's you. You have a horse and you're riding it somewhere, and you ride that horse for 30 minutes. Then after you're done riding that horse, you get real hungry. And it says you ate a snack for 20 minutes, but let's just say you sat down and you ate and you had a meal and you had that for 20 minutes. So, first, you rode a horse for 30 minutes. Second, you ate a snack or ate a meal for 20 minutes. How many minutes does that add up to be if we combine them? Well, that one's pretty simple. We're going to get our 30 minutes here. 30. We're going to get our 20 minutes here. Plus 20. 0 plus 0 is 0, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So now, we've ended up doing things for 50 minutes. Now, 50 minutes is very interesting because is that less than an hour? Is it more than an hour? Is it equal to an hour? I don't know. But you know what can help me? Looking at my star chart. And because we're talking about time, fortunately, I can go all the way down to where it literally says time. And I'm going to look for the units that I'm working with. And the units I'm working with today are minutes. And so I see a couple of them. I see that 1 minute equals 60 seconds and 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Well, I'm trying to think about my 50 minutes, and is that equal to, less than, or greater than 1 hour? And the only way I can find that out is if I look at my key and identify the relationship between an hour and minutes to see that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So, is 50 less than 60? Yeah. So I would say that it would make sense to say that 50 minutes is less than an hour. Now, there's another picture. So you rode your horse and you ate your food and you spent 50 minutes doing that. You spent less than an hour doing that. Well, now it's time to get serious. And you got to do some homework, and you have to do homework for 35 minutes. So let's add it to our total. We have 50 minutes add or plus 35 minutes. And let's see. I'm going to bring my answer down right here. So 0 plus 5 gives me 5. And 5 plus 3 will give me 8. So 85 minutes, sorry. So you rode a horse for 30 minutes, and you ate a snack or a meal for 20 minutes, and then you did homework for 30 minutes. So altogether, you've been busy for 85 minutes. But what does that look like if I said to describe 85 minutes in hours and minutes? Well, we have a relationship between hours and minutes. Our star chart says that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. That 1 hour equals 60 minutes. And so I'm going to get that 85 minutes, and I'm going to do something called decompose. Okay? So just follow me. So I'm going to get that 85 minutes, and I'm going to put it right there. Now, what do I mean by decompose? How can I break up or break down 85? especially when it comes to time, by 60 minutes. Can I take or pull 60 minutes from 85 minutes? Yeah. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull 60 minutes. Now, if I'm pulling 60 minutes, what am I really actually pulling? My 1 hour, right? So yes, we're pulling 60 minutes. And yes, what's left? We can determine that by subtracting 85 minus 60. And we can do that. That's not a problem. I'm going to do it up here. So if I do 85 minus 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, I will end up with 25 minutes. So if I pull 60 minutes, which is the equivalent of 1 hour, and I am left with the difference of 85 and 60, which is 25 minutes, then, having done the horseback riding and the food eating and the homework, you will have worked for 1 hour and 25 minutes. 1 hour and 25 minutes. So that is just one example of how it is we're going to be decomposing time so that it makes sense in terms of hours and minutes. I have more examples, so let's keep going. All right, let's do this guy. Here, it says Prince had to do some things after school. He had basketball practice for 45 minutes. Okay. Basketball practice. 45 minutes. He went to the store for 25 minutes. And then he rode his bike. For 30 minutes. How much time did it take him to do his things after school? Well, first things first is that we just need to add. We're going to say that we're going to add 45 minutes plus 25 minutes plus 30 minutes because that's how long it took Prince to do his things after school. Cool, let's do it. So, if I get 45 minutes, see, I'll do it right here. 45 minutes plus 25 minutes plus 30 minutes. And I add all those up. The sum of these three different numbers is that 5 plus 5 is 10. So I would put my 0 down and carry my 1. And that 3 plus 2 is 5. And that 5 plus 4 is 9. And that 9 plus this 1 is 10. So now I have 100 minutes. Well, what is the relationship between, or actually before I even do that, how much time did it take him to do his things after school? So good. We have 100 minutes. We need to find the relationship between minutes. Excuse me. Or find a relationship involving minutes, right? In this particular case, it's going to be over 60 minutes. So we're going to be talking about hours and minutes. And we have to decompose 100. And we're going to decompose 100 by pulling or taking away 60 minutes. Because 60 minutes really represents 1 hour. So if I take away 60 minutes, and in this particular case, all that means is that I'm subtracting, right? So I pull off 60 minutes because that represents my hour. I subtract 60 so that I can find the difference. 0 minus 0 is 0. And the difference between 10 and 6 is 4. So 10 minus 4, or 6 rather, is 4. Therefore, what am I left with after I've decomposed my 1 hour, I am left with my 40 minutes. My 40 minutes. So I can't leave 60 minutes like that. I have to write it as 1 hour, and 40 minutes. It's that simple. You just have to understand that 60 minutes means an hour. So every 60 minutes you have, it's 1 hour. If you had 120 minutes, that's 2 hours. If you had 180 minutes, that's 3 hours. I have more. All right, 2 more, and then you're free. Okay, so there's some words on here. Let's go ahead and read it. It says, the table below shows how long it took Angelica to complete her homework in each class. So here's our table, here are our classes, and here are the number of minutes she spent, or the number of minutes it took her to complete her homework for that class. So in math, she spent 30 minutes. In reading, she spent 55 minutes. In science, she spent 20 minutes. And in writing, it took her 25 minutes. So the question is, how much time did it take Angelica to complete all of her homework? So that means we have to add, and we're gonna add all of them. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm gonna start with my 30 minutes. Here's my 30 minutes plus my 55 minutes. 5 plus nothing is 5, and 3 plus 5 is 8. So I'm done with them now. I can cross them out. Now I'm going to add up my next one. Science. It took her 20 minutes to complete her science homework. 5 plus nothing is 5, and 8 plus 2 is 10. I'm done with that, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. It took her 25 minutes to finish her writing. Again, we're adding all these minutes because we're trying to see how long it took her to finish her homework for all of her classes. 5 plus 5 is 10, so I put my 0 and I carry my 1. 1 plus nothing plus 2 is 3, and 1 plus nothing is 1. So now I have 130 minutes, or 130 minutes, should be more specific. Well, let's think about that. 100 minus 60. Why is it 60? Because again, my star chart tells me so. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Can I take 1 hour? Can I take 60 minutes away from 130 minutes? The answer is yes. Let's do it. 0 minus 0 is, of course, 0. And I can't take 6 from 3, but I can take 6 from 13. So 13 minus 6 is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7. So now I have 70 minutes. And this 60 minutes, I'm going to write right here because it has been changed. It's been converted into 1 hour. Now, can I still take 60 minutes from 70 minutes? The answer is yes. Of course I can. I'm going to take that 60 minutes, and 0 minus 0 is 0, and 7 minus 6 is 1, and I am going to pull that 60 minutes I just subtracted, right? I'm going to pull it down again because now I have another hour. Well, how many minutes do I have left? 10. How many hours was I able to decompose or take away from my 130 minutes? Well, here's 1 and here's 2. So how much time did it take Angelica to complete all of her homework? 1 hour plus 1 hour, that's 2 hours, 10 minutes. What does that look like? I'll show you right now. That means that it took her 2 hours 2 hours, I guess I can pluralize it, and 10 minutes. Now that's a pretty long time. Do y'all do homework for 2 hours and 10 minutes? Last one. Okay, I'm going to show you another table. This one is about somebody named Joshua. And this somebody named Joshua likes to work out, and so they go to the gym. And when they work out, they do 4 different activities, okay? 4 different exercises. So when they're on the treadmill, they spend 40 minutes. Treadmill is something you run on. When they lift weights, they do that for 25 minutes. After that, he likes to go for a swim, and so he swims for 35 minutes. And when he's done swimming, he likes to finish his workout with a 15-minute session of jumping rope. Cool. So how much time did it take Joshua to work out? Well, we're gonna have to add. So let's go ahead and do it. I have 40 plus 25. Well, 5 plus nothing is 5, and 2 plus 4 is 6. I've used these. I don't need them. Let's move on. But I'm noticing something too. It says 65. So I know that because my star chart tells me that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, I know I'm working with at least 1 hour. I'm working with more than 1 hour. But we got to keep going. Now, after the weights, he does swimming. And he does swimming for 35 minutes. Remember, I'm adding because it wants to know how much time it took Joshua to work out. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry my 1. 3 plus 6 is 9. And 9 plus 1 is 10. So far, we are at 100 minutes. Now, we decomposed that earlier, and it was 1 hour and 40 minutes. So it's good to just make these mental notes that when we decompose further, it's going to be at least 1 hour and 40 minutes. Let's keep going. We use swimming. We don't need it. But then he finishes his workout routine with jumping rope, and he does jump rope for 15 minutes. We just used it. Let's do it. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 1 plus nothing is 1. Therefore, we have 115 minutes. Now, we can definitely decompose 115 minutes. We know the relationship between hours and minutes is that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So let's decompose. Can I take 60 minutes from 115 minutes? The answer is yes. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Minus 60. Because 60 minutes really represents 1 hour. So 5 minus nothing is 5. And I can't take 6 from 1, but I can take 6 from 11. And the difference between 11 and 6 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 minus 6 is 5. So that's what I'm going to write. 5. Now, that 60, again, I am pulling off to the side and remembering that it really represents 1 hour. All right, let me find a different little spot. Right there. Sorry about that. 1 hour. Well, how many minutes do I have left? 55. Can I do anything with 55 minutes? No. Because unless it's 60 minutes or more, it's done. So if I pull this 55 minutes down, I say it's 1 hour, 55 minutes. 1 hour, 55 minutes. So Joshua, it took him 1 hour, 55 minutes to do his workout routine. So that's how we're going to be working with time, okay? It is very important too, if you just get confused or you get lost or you don't remember at the moment, to always reference your star chart. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.